Well, that kind of sucks. My shit hit the. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. I do need a battery jump. I have been having an issue with OBS Virtual Cam and StreamYard. For some reason, StreamYard just doesn't want to. Uh, it keeps crapping out on my camera, and it's quite annoying considering how much money these fuckers charge. Um, I guess I'm allowed to say that, right? My stream is actually 7 minutes old. Um, Johnny Payton, number 8. You're my boss today. Hey, and I hope the sound is okay. Can you tell me? Johnny, I'll get to your question in a minute. So we're doing a quick stream tonight early. I may be able to get one up later. We normally broadcast, if that's the, oh shit, or stream, whatever the correct term is, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and usually a little bit later. But Cookie is going to the airport. So unfortunately, I got to do it early. I don't have a lot. And we have a packed guests. The camera should be on there, Johnny. We're packed with guests and co-hosts. Honestly, we're expecting Mr. Blue Sky and Dave Sarah. Crumb cannot make it. If we do a later show tonight, he will. Johnny Payton, number 8. JFK, LJ, or Newark? The answer is Newark. And I was supposed to book parking. And when I went on to go book parking, it turns out that the place that I've always used is no longer in business. So immediately following this, I have to book parking because if our friend shows up with the car and there's nobody there, I am gonna be in deep dog shit. And in any event, about 10 minutes ago, the sun was such that I was not getting the giant gloss off my forehead. So give me a few and I will put on a hat so as not to blind y'all. And Johnny Payton, number 8, Dave was catching strays from Chad. Yeah, look, Frank, my personal opinion is the KB Chad thing is a work, but to make it real, he's got to go after everybody. And obviously, Dave's been doing a hell of a job co-hosting for Brennan and giving him advice. And I actually heard Brennan say yesterday that he wasn't going to eat on air anymore, which kind of blew me away. So let's hope that Dave's doing it. And and I got to love that Brennan is not happy with me. I mean, seems to get a lot of stuff. And yeah, I'll get back to the Nick and Aaron thing in a couple of minutes. We may have a surprise guest that may have a lot more info on that subject. So anyway, I'm at my desk. I decided not to use a green screen or a background tonight. I've got my little, leaning the wrong way. I've got my little Greek evil eye hanging, and these are pictures I bought when I was on vacation a few years ago, and I really do love them that are up here. And yeah, this is my office. I have a thing about being street level. I'm going to move my phone. I have a thing about being street level. I like the storefront thing. I started this way, and it's great. And what is funny is when I stream from here at night, and I've got the light on, I get people who, like I'm like the Today Show, where I get people looking in the window at me. The only problem is the people that looking in the window at me here are usually homeless, and they're waiting for money, which they don't get. I did have a bench out front at one point, and I had to take it down because I had a beautiful little bench, like a park bench outside, and within a week it was a homeless guy with giant plastic bags, and he wouldn't move, and so that was what do you call it? It's fucked up. Johnny Payton, number eight. Having that commercial space is such a nice luxury, such a chill spot. Yeah, it's cool. I'm in a part of Queens where it's affordable. It works for the other businesses that I do, and I like it. And and Johnny Payton, number eight. Why not have your back to the window so your backdrop is like the city street OP at Gebhardt's? I have been told the first rule of filming, streaming, broadcasting is not to have your back to a window. And I constantly hear Opie shit on that. So, and then the other thing is it's YouTube. And I'm in Queens, so I can't necessarily control how people are going to behave. So I don't need them up on the screen doing that. And I like Gebhardt's. That's pretty cool. Uh, so, man, it's been a fun week in the Dabbleverse, and I know I'm up against Brennan and Eckel and all these other guys, but for my loyal viewers, I didn't want to disappoint them by not doing a stream at all. And yeah, but anyway, I like this place, and I moved in here about 2 years ago. My other office was huge, and as the world changed post COVID, I discovered that most of the people were working remotely, and I was paying a lot of money for a lot of space that I just didn't need. And I friends. I know the owner here for a long time, and he's been trying to get me here forever. He's been offering me this spot, and it's great. And it's not cheap by standards in other parts of the country, but it works for me. And Troll Hunter says, I look like a nerd. You know, better than Joe Biden, I guess. And whatever. I have hair. I just don't have a lot of it. And being bald has got to suck. It does, but at my age, it just doesn't fucking matter anymore, right? Um, you go through these stages of life. I was very lucky. I kept my hair through most of my 50s. And then all of a sudden, I got like scared hair. The fucking hair just got scared of being on my head and ran off the front. And it is what it is. And I can't change it. The wife was very funny because she wanted to. I mentioned something about getting the plugs, and she was like, "If that's what you want, honey." So she's great, and it was very funny. But I can't justify spending like 20 grand on hair, and I think it might even be more than that. Um, so you can hear me typing, and I'm typing to Mr. Blue Sky, and he's asking me what the show is about, and he's been on here before. Um, so I have. Oh, look at that! I just got to notice that Mint Diggity posted a picture of me being at my desk. Um, so listen, Johnny Payton, number eight. Haha, being bald doesn't matter if you have a strong work ethic, wealth, and loving family like Schmuel. I appreciate that, but I have to be honest. If I had lost my hair when I was younger, I don't know what I would do. I have a picture of me with hair, and in my younger years, I think I have a few as we go through the years. And I not only had hair, I had a giant head of hair. And so, and because I'm a ginger, it sort of became part of my identity. But the whole deal is, as you get older, you have to live, you got to live with what you got, right? And you can't sit around wanting things. If you sit around wanting stuff that you can't have, or think other people are pieces of shit, you wind up like KB. And I'm not, I have no desire to do that. And it's a miserable prick. Um, Now you still have a lot of hair. I just didn't see those blonde locks. It goes right through. It's thinning, so it goes right through, and it's also it's gray, which is really weird because I see pictures of myself and it's really gray, like when I see a picture. But I swear to God, when I look in a mirror or a camera, I can still see the color. I don't know if that's like because it just gets ingrained in your optic nerve or something, but it blows me away. Totally blows me away. Um, I guess there's a lot going on in the world. The Pope is dead, and I don't know that this time around it'll be exciting to get a new Pope. I haven't really paid much attention. Um, I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did, but uh, the guy, I gotta say, I don't get it because uh, a priest that I live nearby was telling me that the Catholic Church has been doing better than it's been in years, particularly in America, with young people coming into the church. I see what's her name, Missy B, and a bunch of other people now describe themselves as Roman Catholic, which is so counterintuitive to me because the Pope was such a lefty commie. Um, and this guy confirmed what I thought, which is that they're getting a lot of right wing people into the church. So I have no idea how that all works. Um, but growing up, there were way more Catholic churches, just churches in general, but specifically Catholic churches. There are way more Catholic churches in New York than there are now. But my brother-in-law was telling me my brother-in-law's father is 101 years old and still gets around. And anyway, he said he took his father to church in Florida, and the guy said it was packed like our local church would be on Easter Sunday, and it was just a regular Sunday, and a lot of young people with kids. Totally not my experience. Every time I've been to church up here, um, it's all old people, and that may be because I kind of only go for funerals and weddings. So what do I know? Um, but that's it. NJ Ranger, love the shirt in the background. I thank you, NJ Ranger. I like uh, I like this background a lot, but I had to move the camera because there's some personal info that I couldn't put up or didn't want to put up, and I had pictures of my wife behind me, and I took those down. I do have a picture back there of my previous dog, the one that saved my life, um, which I may pop out if I get a guest, and we'll do it. NJ Ranger, I just want to say, man, I don't know if I guess you do a show, but I never seem to be able to find it. But you're like the best guest a lot of these guys have. Uh, Eloquent, smart. Um, I probably don't agree with you politically on a lot of things, but I do like your thoughts. And I particularly liked your comment on Aaron Imholt, who's going through court and getting the benefits of being a white man while he's been spending a lot of his last few years talking about. I think your word was not only put him in jail, but build a jail on top of them, something like that. And oh man, Lord Kenzo, greetings, sir. Can't wait for Vegas. I'll be bringing the wife this time around. I'm bringing my wife as well, and um, I think she's been talking to Jen Bentley, and they may do a girls thing on Sunday, like a girls happy hour. So you would be interested in that. I met Lorkenzo last year at Hackamania, and what a good guy. And that's been my experience with almost everybody I've met in the Dabbleverse. Good guys. And it's weird because I'm an old man, so it's kind of freaky for me to be there. Like, what's this old man doing there? And Lorenzo and I were talking, and he just treated me like a normal human being. So I thought that was pretty goddamn fantastic. And Lorenzo and I were also in. That was in Golden Nugget, I think. There were people guys were playing poker. Lorenzo and I were sitting at the bar, and one of the dudes lost his wallet, right? And uh, there was cash in the wallet, but there was also a white powdery substance, and they were very worried about that. They got it back from security, and both the white powder and the cash were intact. So that's the deal there. And I am going to look at my numbers because whatever. Apparently, there's two people on uh, YouTube watching and 17 people on Twitter, which means that there are probably me and one guy here watching. So I don't know how we get people in here. So Johnny Payton, number 8. If you're still here, put something in the chat. And yeah. And Lorenzo, I went to the other. Well, that was the place, right? It was the Golden Nugget where they had the poker tournament. So last year they had a poker tournament. The problem was when we were there, it was also the beginnings of the World Series of Poker. So we could not get our own poker table. We had to be in the main poker room, and we played in this tournament. And I literally was my first time, I think, playing poker, or certainly my first time playing in any kind of tournament. And I managed to make it to the break. And it was funny because I was like almost embarrassed. I was thinking if I was going to sit down with these other guys, I was going to look like an idiot. And it was hilarious because they all kept getting up, waving to me as they were walking out the room while I was still playing. So it was pretty cool. But I got a guy who I think he got 4 9s. It was 4 9s, 4 7s, something like that. And went all in. And I had shit, but I had committed myself. And to be perfectly honest, I don't have the patience for poker. So um, I was kind of ready to get. I was kind of ready to get out of there anyway. And I had much more fun at the bar. Uh, so that was cool. Johnny Payton, number 8. Are you still here? Because if you are, I'll talk about Ricada. But if not, I'll save it for later. So I asked a bunch of people to be on here today, and I didn't really get a response. To be honest, normally these guys let me know, but I think it's a weird time. And also, too, Eccles on, so I don't know. I felt weird streaming at the same time, but fuck it. I'm at the point where, one guy in particular, in the beginning, Dave and I, when we started this thing, we discussed like we weren't going to go against this one guy. Not because we thought we'd be better than him or whatever. We just thought it was a sign of respect. And all of a sudden, he's popping up on a show that's on they changed their day, and now they're doing Tuesdays. So I realized I just got to do what I got to do. And Aussie guy, I asked him the other day, and his comment was, "Yeah, you just got to you got to stream what you got to stream." So I bring nothing to the table. I've learned that this week from Kevin Brennan. I get all my charisma because when Crumb co-hosts with me, he has less than I do, so I get some reflection there. I don't challenge Ray, uh, and so I guess I make Ray look good. So why is that a bad thing? But KB, I don't get it, man. This whole chat thing totally feels like a work. I mean, Chad, 2 years ago, was threatening to essay KB's daughter, right? And then they become best buds again. So it's a ridiculous thing, and we'll go there. So what else do we want to talk about in this quick stream? If there's anybody out there who knows about parking at Newark, let me know in the chat or send me a DM or something, and I would love to know that. And uh, so I don't really have that much. I did earlier today, but then I got caught up at work. So if anybody wants to know how numbers work, here's my friend Mr. Blue Sky, welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Nice. Things are working then.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
How you
How's
doing?
how's the world over in Northern Europe doing?
It's total chaos. All everything is no. It's some of it is just like what you see here.
Right.
Yeah.
But is that where you live, or do you live in like a city?
No, it's pretty close.
Oh, okay. Cool.
This would be like half hour,
Oh,
and
that's
so
great.
that is much closer than it sounds because or maybe because the roads here they don't go straight to the like it's so many like
Yeah. Is that an actual road, or is that more of a path that's behind you?
that's a path. It's an old path that some like it's historic, like it's part of like heritage and is protected.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I was in Vienna and Prague last December, and
Mhm.
it had long time coming, but I was expecting hordes of Muslim warriors uh,
Mhm.
uh, to be overtaking
Yellow.
the land, and it wasn't like that, And
No.
I'm in New York, and they make it sound like it's so dangerous here, and you have to watch you have to watch out for everything. And I think that some of this stuff might be overblown. I mean, some of it's probably legit, but some of it's probably overblown.
I think I do think we should react before it's too late with stuff too. I think we have a tendency to overreact or underreact always. So I don't know. Like I don't think we should just let everyone in just super easy or anything. Of course, I do think Europe should take some of the people that were displaced because of wars in Middle East. Like when you decimate a country, at least you could let them in.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't like. I don't think the more conservative Islamic uh, culture is very compatible with modernity, really at large.
I fully agree. I also think that if you're going to bring people in, uh, they should have they should be vetted before they arrive, right? And
Yeah, and there should be some kind of need, and there should actually be a good reason, a very good reason, and
so
yeah, and
yeah,
we should also try to foster some patriotism because if you want someone to integrate, it does not help to not be a patriot of the country that's your own. That
right.
does not make the people that come at all like respect you or the country. They'll hate it too, and then you get angry because they hate your country. But it's like, well, look at what you did. You were not really. You don't love your country, really, not openly. Like,
And
I'm not saying you, but the people that are.
well, and you let people in, and you didn't tell them, and you let them in, and you let them live like they did where they were, right?
Yeah,
Except with more money.
yeah, and yeah, but also we should try to avoid making ghettos of one culture that won't assimilate. Spread
I
them around a little bit.
I can't argue with I can't those are things I can't argue with you. But
Just
the other
yeah.
thing that happens, I think, I don't know if it's on the right, but it's certainly on the left, which is um, they they think everybody wants the same thing, right? So they think like, oh, they're coming to Norway or the United
Hmm.
States for jobs, and income and to be part of society, and it's not really true. Different people, even in the United States, I mean, different
Yeah.
cultures behave differently. So the area that I'm in, uh, when I was a kid, this area was pretty much Irish and
Yeah.
Italian, and now the immediate area behind me is predominantly people from Bangladesh and Nepal. And the Bangladeshi people, their view on things is completely different than what it used to be. So it's like um, their home is a dwelling place. It's not decorated. They don't, they're very utilitarian. So it's like, oh, we don't need a nice dining room. We could make another
Mhm.
bedroom here. Um,
Yeah.
we don't need a nice front yard. We can
Yeah.
store stuff there. Um, and so the
Or
attractiveness of the neighborhood goes into
it's like
kind
my
of into the
granddad.
front.
If he like was in the car or anything, and then he saw, oh, there, look, there's a pallet. They've just thrown it out.
Right.
We can use that. That's material for something. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah.
There's a house around the corner where the women sit outside and talk, and none of the chairs match, and two of the chairs are actually the stools that people put use in the shower, and
Oh yeah.
it just looks like shit. But it
Mhm.
looks like shit to me. To them, I don't know. It's perfectly normal, but there is going to
Yeah.
be no assimilation. Um,
Yeah.
and
I,
the assimilation, if it comes, will come with the kids down down line. But in places, at least here, they try so hard to maintain the culture of the arrivers that it could go on for it could go on for generations. I had my old office. I had a kid who was Chinese, and he went to school. Smart, very very smart kid, but he was taught in Chinese. He was taught in Mandarin, and so
mhm.
he was 17 years old. I used to hire him to do shit like shovel snow, stuff like that.
Mhm.
17 years old, going to college, got into a good school, but had to go take English lessons for a year before he could come in. And it was just such a shame
Yeah.
because they should have done it all through that time.
Absolutely.
And so, Johnny Payton, number 8. Does this guy speak English? Can't understand what he's saying.
No, I
Listen
don't
harder.
really.
His English is fine.
Is it?
Yeah, your English is fine. I don't have any difficulty
My
understanding.
English is fine.
Your English is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
just gonna talk like this from now on. You have
don't
what's
do that.
the? Oh, come on, that's how I usually talk with the Brits.
Uh, you know, um,
Actually, I kind of just blend into the thing a little bit.
I I did that. I have a woman that works for me, and I have a kind of Thai. I had a Thai clientele, and she used to say whenever I would talk to these people for more than 5 minutes, by the time I would finish, I would be speaking as if I had a Thai accent. And I noticed that I do that when I talk to people, and it's something I try to avoid. But
Yeah,
I
it kind of comes off as mockingly.
right,
Uh, yeah,
right.
and that's why I try to avoid the same thing now. Talking to you, I kind of probably will do it, but if I if I do it, is not. Yeah, it's that phenomenon.
So normally, as I pick tobacco out of my mouth, normally I stream later on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but today I've got to do something with the missus, and I didn't want to disappoint people. So, and I may be back on. Crumb not
The
going to be here. Dave
Missus.
Sarah has told me
Is that
he
Mazzy?
will
I
be
just know
on.
her as the Missus.
Mazzy.
Yeah.
No, Mazzy is missing.
Oh no.
So I guess, so even all the way in Norway, you know all about the Mr. Kill Everything and Mazzy stuff, huh?
Haha. Yeah. We got the news over here.
Yeah. I I watch that guy and I feel bad for him, you know? You're like
Yeah. Well,
40 and you can't get over somebody. And I thought they dated for years. Apparently, it wasn't more than it was less than 15 months. So, and
yeah. If you have to, if you're talking about your relationship in like baby age, like 15 months,
yeah,
it's not. Well, it can be probably heartbreaking. Like if you are in love, but still, it's not like you shouldn't have changed your life that much from before that in 15 months.
I have a
That
feeling
you
that
can't just go back to something that you already have a structure that you can lean on when you things are, yeah,
it doesn't
hard.
sound like he did change much. It sounded like they existed. He seems, from all indications, to be the guy that works all day, then comes home and is on the computer all night. That's where they met through gameplay, um, and he enjoyed that. And I think she probably wanted more, and that's where things fell apart. But it's also when you're dating somebody and most of your relationship is not together, um, you imagine a lot of the relationship as opposed to the reality of it. And when you get together, things change, right? Because it's easy to not get upset about something over the computer or on the phone or through texting.
Well,
But when you're living at home, you know, and you're living together, it can be quite annoying.
depends, I guess. I think my honest opinion why she bailed on the I think she felt suffocated by his by his attachment style.
Uh, like parasitic, you mean? Um,
Yeah, he's very much he wasn't they were not individuals together. Like,
right.
or at least that's not what Mr. Kill Everything was doing. It was we like this and we like that, and like it was so much so that I was always making jokes that about him that if you ask him a question about something he likes, he has to talk to her first, and then they have to figure out if they like the thing. He doesn't know before he has talked to her.
Right. And even though I'm an old man, I do know that women tend to like independent guys or
Yeah,
decision makers.
yeah, or someone
Um,
that has a opinions of their own and won't just be agreeing because they don't want a simp.
right.
And they actually don't want that.
So explain that to me, right? So um, tell me what it. See, I understand what you're saying when they say they don't want somebody to be a simp, but I've
Mm-hmm.
always heard the term simping for. So
Yeah,
Nick is simping for April or whatever. What does that mean?
yeah.
What's
It is
simping
very
for?
closely related to ball washing and kissing ass. It is something you're not actually being nice. You're being fake, which isn't nice. So yeah, it's
Is it like you don't really believe what you're doing? Is that the
well, I think they're only being like that because oh look how pretty she is. Oh no, like it isn't actually. I'm a good person, and uh, if you're a good person, you should have convictions of your beliefs as well because you want your beliefs to be strong in the world because you believe in them and you're a good person. So you're not just gonna go wishy washy and go with the wind. Like there's so many things underneath that just makes. But also, when someone is kissing your ass, does it ever work with you?
mm, no? Because I
you
don't want somebody
feel.
around me who agrees with me all the time or is always feeling
Yeah,
like they want to prop me up.
yeah, I totally agree. No, yeah, I do. For real agree. But um, yeah. What was I gonna say?
So, in my relationship, all right, we have some core things that we agree on, but there's a lot of stuff with which we disagree. Um,
That's the best.
and
That's
we don't
the
need
best.
to be with each other all the time. And that's a favorite. That's a favorite part because I like my independence. Um,
Yeah,
and but I will say I'm more emotional than her, but she's needier than I am, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Uh,
So
I,
she's more like a cat or something. I don't know. Well,
may-
you're independent too, so I don't know. Like the you're two odd cats.
yeah, she needs to be reaffirmed a lot,
Ah,
you know.
does she have ADHD?
And no, not at all. I'm the one with that.
Okay,
So, and
but she's around a lot of men.
well, she works in corporate America, so yeah.
Yeah,
Although that's a lot of women, but yeah, and she's definitely one of the boys in a lot of places.
yeah.
You
But
know.
you don't get like you don't get they don't affirm this or that because then you're getting like a inappropriate, I would say, right? So, but you still wonder about things. So, getting reassurance by a male and her significant partner is probably something she needs.
Yeah, and
Being
she
around men,
yes.
just sort of just uh, like know where you're at with things.
Yeah, it's always been funny in our relationship. As we're older now, it doesn't really happen as much, but it was always very funny to me because people would some friends would say, I I let her I she gets too much freedom. Um, I was out one night and she got some guy's phone number and one of my neighbors, I'd never let that happen. I'd never let that happen. Well, the job that she has today is because of that, because she saw an opportunity and went for it. And I'm just not jealous. So it all
Mm-hmm.
worked out good. And and I do laugh because, guys would be like, I have had people tell me that like, she can be a bitch because she's a boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
there's
Don't you
being a
like
bitch
it?
is trying to get you to do something that they want you to do.
I
Being a boss is getting you to do something that you're supposed to be doing.
But
Yeah.
don't you want like I know you probably do since she's like that. But don't you want someone that's a little bit assertive and knows like I don't know. I don't want anyone that I can just push over or push around.
Yeah. I do like somebody that can make a decision. That's my big, uh, that they can decide, that they can say, um, we're going to do this. Like we're going to go see. I went to see Glenn Ross a couple of weeks ago, and I went because she bought the tickets and said we're going. And if it had been
Hmm.
left up to me, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
Uh,
but is that why though? Like, I know that I like that type too, but I don't think it is like this utilitarian thing. It's simply the thing that attracts. It's attractive.
right, right. But it's all part of like,
Yeah,
it's all
it's there
part.
for
It's
a reason, and this is the reason. But I reason afterwards how it's good too. But I never did any of the reasoning to make myself like that. You know.
yeah. I I like it. I like the making of mutual decisions because I don't feel like they're making the decision because they want to please me,
Mm-hmm.
right? They want to please themselves, they want to please us. That it's I don't want to say a negotiation, but we'll call it a negotiation. And then that way they can be happy because I always feel like the people that are simps, like you say, that just do stuff to prop you up, that develops into resentment at some point. Because,
Absolutely.
right, they're going to have felt like, oh, I did it because of you. And then when your response is not what they want, then
Yeah,
they're
they're
going to get upset.
ungrateful.
Right. You know, or
Hmm.
you like when they're breaking up and you hear what they're talking about their ex, it's all those things that they're pissed off at that they went along with,
Yeah.
um, not to be themselves. So that's
Hmm.
it. All right.
They are angry at themselves, I
So
think.
yeah, sorry. So oh shit, growing up in Norway, right? You're very much into music. I
Yeah.
understand you, and you make a lot of it. How does that happen?
Oh, the music part. That's a long story. Like I've always been into music,
Mm-hmm.
even before doing it, and uh, like just listening to it. Like everyone, really, almost everyone. Like there's some people that just don't listen to music. I don't understand that, but that's an aside. But so it started with singing actually. Like it started with loving to sing, and I also am a very restless guy, moving my legs all the time. So I will drum on everything. So drumming became my first real instrument, other than like the school band thing I did for like a year or something. But I'm an autodidact. Is that the word?
It is.
Yeah. Um. So that kind of thing really it doesn't. It's so much more effective for me to sit down and figure it out myself. Of course, using sources like using other people's expertise, but it's still like I don't read music when I play
Can you read music?
because the ear is more effective than my eyes.
Right.
It it's it is sound after all. So if you can use your ears, but still learn the music theory. The music theory just makes sense. So that comes along with the thing, and I started playing like keyboards and like piano and stuff. Really, when I a little while after I hit puberty, and I lost the singing voice I had, and so I had to uh yeah needed an outlet. Yeah.
So were your parents supportive of this, or
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and how about like society and the people around you?
Uh,
Were they as well, or
I don't.
no?
I don't know. Like I don't. I really don't. Like people like music. That's all I need to know.
Right.
Really. But I
So,
don't really care if people approve or not. Really.
but as a
But is
kid,
it okay
right?
if I
Like
don't go
as a
into too much like private stuff?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not going. I'm trying
yeah.
not to go there. I'm just kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
talking about
Thank you.
society, just general life stuff. But
Yeah.
like when I was a kid, if there was a boy that liked to sing, um, they'd get a lot of abuse from the other
Oh yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
yeah. I
that
didn't sing in front of people.
that was my
Yeah. No. 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 I didn't sing in front of people. I have like as a grown up, yeah, or like young adults. I have sang in front of people, and yeah, I did find my singing voice, but it was a little bit of a hurdle around the time where I just needed to play an instrument instead. Yeah,
I
but
took guitar lessons for years and could never get it. Just could never get it. I have like
yeah, no, I can't get it. Well, I've after And so, like, I have my brother. I'll be general. Like he played like he plays guitar. He played guitar, and he's very good. Like like in the surrounding area, like he was the guy that talent. And so, and I sucked playing guitar. I could like it didn't make sense at all. And also, I feel like with everything, the people that are trying to explain the thing isn't really explaining it very logically, in my opinion. It's like even with like piano, the thing that they're training you from
Hmm.
the get, they're training you into do is to become a classical pianist
Right.
in this style. What if you want someone to be able to play and have fun with a thing, the goal should be okay, you're at least gonna be good enough to play chords and stuff while you sing along to your own playing. If that's a first goal, holy shit, you're already going, and you're not gonna be able to stop them from playing ever again.
Yeah. And if you force them to learn stuff, then
Yeah,
but the
or a
resentment
lot
to
of theory. Let them hit the notes on the thing and let them hear how beautiful it is. Don't show them on a paper.
yeah. I have an ex-girlfriend who we dated actually back like in the late 90s, early 2000s, and she
Back in
played
the last century.
she played the piano, really good at it, singer. And we were at a friend's house, and the guy had a guitar, and she picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And, like within a year, she was playing the guitar. And because of the music, like that's what she loved the music, and that's how she got into it. So,
Yeah, like I now play guitar too. So that thing is the the piano for me was the thing that so this is how things work. So it made it so that I could just play a chord and I can just then this is a major chord, a major C, let's say, right?
right.
Then you can play something that's called like a bar code chord.
Right.
Then you just have to move your hand up the neck of the guitar, just like you just move up the piano, holding the same position, right?
Hmm.
And I can I can um what's the word, transpose and do all that stuff in my head. I don't
Oh,
know
that's
if that
great.
means any to you. Well, so
I
you
can in
just
certain areas,
calculate
but
it.
not in music.
Yeah, no, basically you do your thinking, put your thinking hat on, and you like, oh, so this is a C, and if I go by the piano, on an E should be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps up, 4 half notes up, and if I then play a minor, then instead, then you get this. I don't know if you can hear.
I can, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is a C major, and I could turn on the camera again. I was just, and then it's like you're on the guitar. Let's say you're holding now a position, and then it's like, oh, I want to play an E minor. Then you go, uh, like like this, like, and then you, Oh no, I know it's those two. So you go,
Is it? I know this is probably stupid, but is it like you can feel it? You
yeah,
know, like you can feel where it should go. Like in your mind,
that
it just
too.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, yeah. I do use a lot of I feel it when I do this and this thing, so it makes sense. So this and that thing makes sense in my head. Like I alternate between thinking and feeling all the time. If I can't feel it, I'm using the thinking, and if I can't think it, I just feel it. It's it's an alternate system back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I'm in the business universe, and a lot of stuff just makes sense to me. And I've had
Mm-hmm.
people that employees particularly, that I've tried to train or teach or help along, and they're just not, they can't get it. Like they just struggle with it, and they struggle with the concepts. And I am that way with music, but I also grew up in a house that none of this stuff was important. So uh, by the time I tried to learn it, it was a little too late, um, and I didn't put the effort into it. And it seemed like a lot of work. Like I wasn't enjoying it. And,
Well, for me, it's like my parents didn't play anything growing up. Like when I was growing up, like my dad played like a cornet. Is that the word? Like almost like a trumpet
yeah,
thing.
I know what a cornet is. Yeah.
And he was very good at that, but he was forced to do it. So at some point he stopped doing it, but still loves he love hate thing, I think. But so for me and my brother, the thing was, I think, genetic, where no matter if we grew up with, like, we didn't have a piano in the house, right, or anything,
Hmm.
I still needed it. I just needed to have it because, like, my larger family is very much music is a huge thing, and my aunt was actually a pop star over
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah, in the 80s.
Wow.
And and my grandfather always sang since forever. He sang solo and like choir and stuff, but he had like this deep thing. But he was a laborer and like working manual labor. He that's what he wanted to do. He worked all day, came back home, ate, slept for a little bit, and then went out and did work for fun or for like for nothing
Hmm.
until he then went to sleep. Yeah, again, and then it was up again early. Like it's insane that if I think I'm quite physically robust, but I don't know if I my like my body would break down. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. And sometimes it's you do you do what you know. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
my dad was a church singer and very poor at it. Um, but he would sing loud, and he would sing often, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and particularly in church. And I would always want to bury my head, but yeah, I'm not with
And
him.
so with with my ancestors, like did a lot of stonework, masonry and stuff. And you move very big, heavy stones, right?
Right.
And everyone has to do it at the same time. So you have the people that sang to the stone. They said, and my great grandfather, they could hear him all over the village because he had such a powerful voice when he was like, hey! That kind of, and then yeah, and so it was like a practical thing. I think.
That's interesting. I'm a, I'm I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by this stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
so uh, that's the deal. So ozone, Schmuel, you mean that literally as it is only you and me in the chat? Yes, ozone. Yes, ozone. Um, it feels like a private show. It's not often you get to interview somebody with such musical knowledge and success at music as Mr. Blue Sky. So, um, who's also a great chatter. So, Yes, it is a private show,
Yeah,
and
we should be more. We can be more funny if you want.
your chats are great. Um, Ozone. At least Schmuel will give me the private show that KB refused to.
Yeah.
Yeah, KB is not a fan, not a fan of mine at all. And
Well, I'm a big KB fan, and I would never ever criticize him ever. I would never criticize the boss. I just wouldn't.
you don't want to be you don't want to be like Chad.
No, no, no. I don't. I don't think. Yeah. Fuck that autistic son.
I'm waiting for Chad to get Chad. This seems like all the work to me to get Chad onto Uncle Rico, so then Chad can do something for Kevin.
Mm.
But
That would be something if
it
they
would be.
thought ahead. If they were thinking people, yeah.
Yes, that's true. I don't think Chad
I think you're
thinks very much
projecting yourself onto other people in
in,
this case.
in the future. So yeah, it's just, but it's also having seen the same thing over and over, right? I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the same behavior over and over. So as
Yeah.
I said earlier, 2 years ago, KB was threatening to sexually assault. I'm sorry, Chad was threatening to SA KB's daughter,
Yeah.
which is probably about the worst thing that somebody could say, and yet they're buddies again. So I don't know how seriously I take
Yeah,
Kevin
exactly. Like
and his feuds.
that's just goes to how forgiving and 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 warm-hearted and nice person KB is.
Yeah. See, and I would have called it desperation, but there you go.
Oh yeah, he's desperate to be nice and fair and balanced and coolly collected,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why he's that at all times.
And so so I'm known as Ray's friend, right? I'm like
Mm-hmm.
Ray's biggest supporter, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't like.
know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Um, but I will say so. I don't know if you know what's going on here. Is that uh, Ray is
Oh,
going
I
to do
know.
a show at a barbecue place,
Mm-hmm.
the Hog Shack, and it's a free show. But what seems to get lost in this is that Ray is getting paid to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a free show for the guests. So everybody's like, he's doing a free show. He's doing a free show. He's desperate. He's 51 years old. And
Mm-hmm.
I am very much of the thought process that
Yeah, well,
Ray should do what Ray wants to do, and Ray doesn't owe anybody anything.
I think
And
that if you're doing a free show, you should at least be open to getting super chats like KB does. You see how fair that is? Then the people who want can contribute.
yes,
So it's not hypocritical if you're trying to go there.
no, I don't think it's hypocritical. I don't think it's hypocritical either way. But Ray is
Call him
doing
the
this.
devil, and I'm the devil's advocate.
No, Ray is doing. Ray is doing the show. Ray's being paid, um, and I am. Yes, Ozone. We're going to stick with Ray's doing it for free.
Yeah, that's what our dear leader is saying. So if don't you see that? Don't you see that that's the reasonable thing?
That Ray's doing it for free, and then I need to
Yeah,
stick with what
yeah,
Kevin says.
because it comes from up top.
I
This is how
gotcha.
it works.
I
Get with
got
the program.
Sam Bibley. I want to become friends with Ray DeVito.
Well, Sam Bibley is a very good person, and I like him. No, I'm just well, I do that. All that's true, but he must be very troubled. That's
Why do you say that?
if
I don't
that's
know enough
true.
about him.
He wants to
He's
be friends. He wants trouble. It means like he wants to have trouble.
oh really?
Yeah, because he wants to be friends with Ray DeVito, and that is
Sorry,
only
that's me.
someone as good, nice, and deranged as you can do that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Being friends with Ray is a unique experience.
Yeah,
But
haven't you seen the documentaries on
I've
Ray?
I've always gone towards I have actually, but I've always liked odd people in my life. Normal
Me too.
people bore the shit out of me. So I quirky is what I go for, and that's why it's one of the reasons why I like Ray because he's quirky, and I have seen the documentaries, and
Yeah, aren't you afraid?
no,
Man, you're
no,
braver than I.
and now I'm hearing about the guy that made the documentaries. That's
Yeah?
making me afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's probably just propaganda from the Shoolies. You know?
It may very well be, but I understand that that their stuff is coming. The stuff that came out about the documentarian was his old Twitter, his old
Hmm.
Discord videos, uh, his old things. So I don't know. Maybe it was deflection on the documentarian's part, right?
Hmm?
Um,
Can you
you
say
pick
that
on
again?
get everybody to look at Ray, not look at me.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have to look at the person who's doing things wrong. So I think looking at Ray and highlighting everything that he's doing with the journalistic integrity and all that he's doing is he is a good thing for society, and we need more of it
Absolute,
instead of the
absolutely.
fucking fake news
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah,
I think
yeah. That's what's going on.
yeah,
That's
is
what's going.
exactly what's going on.
On. I look at
Have I
those
ever
and
steered you wrong?
I yeah. I always look at those and I think yes, exactly. That's the Ray that I know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the things about being Ray's friend is there's very much a cognitive disconnect between the documentaries and knowing Ray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
but you're clouded. Your judgment is clouded by love for
yes,
the
that's what it
weird.
is. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's what it is. Yeah, and I tend to have loyalty where it's not deserved, but you know that
Yeah.
that's that's part of me. And there's enough
You do
people.
know he has murdered many people.
So
Like
there's
there's subliminal messages on Ray. Like the time you were on, did you
mm-hmm,
see behind him the shirt with the number 14 or whatever?
14. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the victims this month.
is that the
Yeah.
we? I went to Ray's birthday party and mommy had made T-shirts
Oh no, is she also gone?
of the I-80 the
Oh yeah,
sign
yeah.
on the I-80 with blood, a handprint coming down in
Mhm.
blood, and I've always told Bray he should embrace the I-80 killer label.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I someone is helping him get away with all this shit, and I know you're a smart guy. So I like you and all, but I am starting to be suspicious, and that you're helping him get away with this shit. But
I
you're
have
innocent until proven to be a retard.
I've been giving him updates on the use of bleach and plastic,
Mm-hmm.
and suggested that
Not the
instead of
kind, not the bleach kind where you actually just spread your DNA, right?
right gloves, and I told him that he needs to watch Dexter as a textbook, not as a TV
Mm-hmm.
show.
Yeah,
And excuse me, I had a call.
it's an
Um,
art form,
yeah,
just like
so
music.
this is interesting. Joey C saying he wants to unalive himself on last night's stream, and everyone acted like it's normal.
Yeah,
Wow.
him yelling shit and being super hyperbolic and crazy is pretty normal.
Yeah,
You do know that he got stabbed by his daughter, right? Like there isn't anything that would be out of like it's not out of character.
I am too familiar with Joey C, and
I'm three familiar with
I've
Josie.
talked to I've talked to him on a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to help him organize his thoughts and his plans on
Mm-hmm.
streaming, and he just doesn't get it. I will say that the Joey C that I see live on the air is the same Joey C that I'm talking to. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a giant clusterfuck.
I
Um,
was on stream with him on Jake's channel at the very start, where it was like this. Oh, can you guys hear me now? Okay, okay. And then it was like, and then he like nobody, we couldn't hear anything except him, and it gave me a migraine, and it made me hate him ever since.
yeah,
Or
I,
at least have like this aversion for a long time, where if I just heard him, I got a migraine again. Holy shit!
wow. That's so that's that, what do you call it, that we get where a past action will bring up a response that we don't
Yeah,
necessarily want. When I was a kid, I loved hockey. Loved hockey. And I went to a New York Islanders game and I got really, really sick during the game. Like
yeah,
sicker than I'd ever felt. I was like 15 years old. And the next time I went to a hockey game, the sound of the skates started to make me feel sick again. I started to feel sick
yeah.
again from the sound of the skates. And a doctor told me that aside from being crazy, it was just I was probably
Pavlov's. It's
bring yeah
Pavlovian.
Pavlov. I probably had a Pavlovian response, and
Well,
so
like there's no part of your life that isn't Pavlovian. Everything you do that is giving you reinforcement, like positive reinforcement from your environment, that is what it is, really. It's about, yeah, it's all Pavlovian,
I
in my opinion.
I don't think so because I see a lot of people, Ray among them,
Rituals,
Joey
all your
C,
rituals.
right, but I see a lot of people that do things that are decidedly harmful, um, and repeat them
Yeah,
frequently. You know, because
yeah, and that's also
nothing.
Pavlovian.
You think so? You think negative
Yeah,
reinforcement? Is it like YouTube where you can hit the like and
yeah, but
subscribe, or
it's
you can hit the
negative.
dislike and that helps just as much?
Yeah, but it's a quicker. It's just it's just a quicker response. They react to the quicker one. Impulsiveness. It's
Uh,
still like, oh, I want to do that drug, or
eh.
oh, I want to do that thing. It's still like a Pavlovian thing.
I, look, I also think that people tend to remember good times versus bad times, and even in a bad response. You know, like a kid who grows up in
Mm, I
domestic
think you remember
violence.
bad times more than good times, actually.
See, I do it. But I've seen it like where you
There,
see kids
there's
that'll
even
grow up.
good times you
Yeah,
don't remember because they were so
horrible,
good.
horrible stuff. My life has been the opposite. Like when I was in the military, I hated it, hated every minute of it, and now I look back on it fondly. And I have a friend of mine whose father, if the Yankees lost, would beat the shit out of him and the mother. Um, but when he talks about his father, he talks about the times they were laughing and enjoying
Yeah,
themselves.
because
So
it all turned out okay, and it's familiar.
maybe
Yeah,
that's possibly
it's
true.
not that if you were in the military again, you would hate it all over again, and then you would
I
love it when you're done.
I agree. All right, let me do my big thing here is I like to do the chat. Not that we have anybody in it, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, so we're gonna run through. So Sam Bibley asks, he's talking about Joey C. Ozone, did he say it out? He outright say it? I thought he was skirting around it a lot, but I didn't hear him say it. Uh, and Sam Bibley puts in 444, which I guess is where it is in the stream. Ozone, I think he said it because he kept saying that he wouldn't do it because he wouldn't do that to his family. Um,
We're
I,
doing it, but not
yeah,
that thing.
could be possible. And a tuna alt. Chad also said he wanted SA April and Mazzy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think Chad just says shit
Yeah, I
for,
think the bad thing is that they lied. They didn't do it. So they're liars.
and they
That's the
wouldn't do
worst
it,
of it, right? No, I'm just kidding.
and they wouldn't do it. I don't think Chad does. I don't think Chad thinks many things out. I think, stealing the bottle of booze, um, stealing the credit cards, those are just impulsive acts. And oh, a tuna alt. Joey has mental issues. I think Joey says it to manipulate people as well. I agree with that, but I also think that when your life is full of shit, right? When everything about you is a lie, at some point you start that that honest part of your brain starts to nudge you, and you start to realize that, oh man, this is how my life has turned out. So nice podcast, Mr. Stupid. Mr. Stupid, nice podcast, Stupid. Mr. Blue Sky, are you an IKEA fan? No,
I don't
IKEA
know.
is not Norwegian,
I
right?
don't know him. I don't know him.
Is is there a Mr.
Is he in the
IKEA?
Dabbleverse?
Is
Probably not.
there?
I don't know the guy.
Okay, cool. All to a tuna all. That's deep and true, Buckman. Look, I always say that about Gino. Like late at night, you got to be looking at. You're lying in bed, you're looking up at the ceiling, and right, you realize what may have turned out in your life, and it's hard to, all the day of uh, what's the word that I'm looking for? You spent the all day pumping yourself up and saying all these things and judging other people. That at night you got to face yourself. And Joey C left his wife's. Wait, alt 18. Joey left his wife for his meth dealer's girlfriend, unless Joey and Christina are lying. We would be shocked if Joey and Christina lied. So obviously it's the truth, because we would never believe that. Dan, so sweet. Nice podcast, Stupid. Bad joke. I was pretending to confuse Sweden and Norway. Womp womp. And Mr. Blue Sky, trolling you back, bro. And haha, yes, it must be true. Um, so about Joey, I met Joey
I
at
like Dan.
Hackamania. I do too. I met Joey last year at Hackamania. I also met him at DabbleCon, and it just everything. It just feels like everything is a fraud, right? And I'd like to. I was trying to help him recover from that, but I'm an idiot. So, and this is what happens when you reach sort of semi-retirement. You have more time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have a thing where um, I do some people I will just cut off because it's just not worth it,
Yeah.
uh, and you can do a lot of
Like you
things, but
should care
lying.
about yourself as well. Like the people that care about you would want you to treat yourself well. And
Right.
so if you don't treat yourself well, you're actually not as nice of a person as you think you are.
Yeah, I am. So this was. It's funny. Oh, I know the daughter was in prison. I was a creep and looked it up. Well, he's told us um, about it, but yeah,
Shmuel, he's
and
calling you a hunk.
Buckman. No, he's calling you the hunk. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, Buckman. Didn't Joey try to scam every place he went for free food, etc.? I do not know. Um, Tuna. He was at Hackamania. He seemed to me to be very out of it. Um, he came, he disappeared, then he came back, and the rumor is he
Mm-hmm.
had to go to a condo timeshare presentation. But speaking of checking, I happen to know the place that he was staying at, and they rent rooms.
I'm Mr. Blue Sky, EQ Pineapple. You know me
He knows you,
as.
doesn't he?
Now I don't know if he knows like what I look like.
Ah, he is quite the hunk.
Yeah, he is a pineapple, so I don't know if you could call that a hunk.
Yes, and you know I was referring to you. Um,
Yeah, but just play along.
what a looker! It's amazing who I can get on this show, uh, blows me away. And
Hmm.
I've I have a very small but influential audience, so
Hmm.
I'm happy with that. And I usually have a really good chat going, but it is a little early for these guys. Um, and tuna all Echo, take a shower, a cold
I'll
shower.
do it later when I have to pee. I only pee in the shower.
Oh really?
Yeah, only exclusively in the shower. I only poop in the tub.
All right. Is the water running when you take the shower?
Yeah, because I'm peeing. I'll call it water. It's urine,
So
but
how many showers do you take a day?
oh, I don't shower much.
So you don't pee much, huh?
No, no,
Um,
but no, I pee a lot. I just go in the shower and I pee for the most part.
all
Yeah,
right. Sounds
and I
interesting.
don't wash. I don't wash really.
So as long as you don't smell like piss. Um,
No, 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 no.
the Aussie
My
guy,
shower does.
influential. LOL. Aussie, you were
No,
one of the first.
COVID or influential?
Influential. Ha ha ha. Isn't there a vaccine for that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sick of people shaming shower weed.
Exactly. It's not
It
like I
all goes
pee on
down.
my feet like all the time. At least,
It all goes down the same drain.
at least I'm not
Yeah.
gay. That's
MBS,
what
I
I
was
said
telling.
about ESO. I said, well, at least he's not gay, right?
We don't know that.
I don't think. Well, okay, maybe.
Things might have gone both ways, if you know what I mean.
Oh, now
Um,
okay. Now I realize why people hate him so much.
because
He
he's
might have been
gay.
gay.
Might have
He
been
might have
gay.
been gay too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't get the all the gay hate. All right, KB, this is Mr. Blue Sky, and I don't know why his name is not up on. I
Well,
must have I must have done something when I did the settings. Um, oh, I don't. I noticed my name is not on there either.
mm-hmm.
Um, and
It's a
I
magic
don't.
trick.
I
I'll show
do.
you.
I well, I know how to do it when YouTube when StreamYard is off. I don't know how to turn it on when StreamYard is on.
Yeah, I was in on your channel streaming and stuff. I don't know if you knew about that, but me and Crown we were on live on your channel and we were
Right.
messing things up real bad.
Changing stuff around. He doesn't have. He
Yeah.
could have messed me up on YouTube. I don't think he has access to the StreamYard.
Hello, Isaac, Walmart, and KB.
Isaac Walmart now on KB
An
Radar
Aussie
LO.
guy. I should probably greet people more.
How if it's okay, how tall are you?
Uh, 6'4".
Okay, you'd be perfect for KB. Perfect.
Well, I'm taken.
KB is up there too. I know, but you always feign availability when you're as far away as you are. Um,
Well, I don't, but
Isaac Walmart. Everyone knows MBS. He doesn't need a title. Apparently, they don't know what he looks like.
yeah, I
So,
don't need the title. I gave it away.
so
Gave away my title.
Echo Pineapple. Don't
King
worry
of
about greeting
Norway.
people. Just let your hair down and give us a little smile. Echo thinks you're very cute.
Oh, let
So
my hair down. I actually have
cool,
long
cool
hair.
for Echo. KB. Oh my God, I'm not looking for anyone, but that's Buddy.
Yeah, yeah. We've hung out in VC before with like a bunch of like NLO. It was back when people actually hung out in NLO Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
get.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to meet KB in real life.
Oh, how was he?
He what? Oh well, I've met that KB and I've met this KB, but this
Oh,
KB,
that. Yeah, that.
I'm
This is
I'm I'm about the
Dame.
height. I'm
Her
about the
title is
height
Dame
of K
KB.
of KB, Lady KB's breastises. So it was a great time for me. And
Mm-hmm.
a tuna alt, forgive me, I thought MBS was with the lovely Deitois. Um, I don't know, and he doesn't have to tell us. Echo Pineapple. One yells and spits at everyone. The other one hosts MLC.
Oh, I didn't know
Very.
that. Oh, Lady KB is hosting MLC now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Holy shit, that's a big.
I see. I see how you get it. I see what you
Yeah.
did there.
I don't.
And
I'm just always mistaken.
are you?
Yeah, always.
Not,
It's
not
almost
me.
like I'm trying.
So you're a prolific chatter,
Mm-hmm.
always with the cool quips and funny lines.
And shit chats.
And is that
You
is
can
that
call me shit.
part of who you are? Does that come with your along with your musical ability?
Um, I'm before like for me, music was a kind of a private thing I did to me because I like doing it. But like socially, yeah, I'm the yeah, I am very much switched on and active and try to be fast and I try
Do
to
you,
have a good laugh.
do you get out like? Do you get out? You socialize? Um,
Yeah, but I do tend to get most of my uh like the meaningful time in my life is very often uh yeah with the music like making shit yeah that's
all
what I
right.
like to do the most but I also like to
6'4", no hunchback, semi decent beard, under the age of 60. Think OJ has been replaced. Um, OJ is, yeah, MBS is no OJ. Um, I've now seen them both, and the Norwegian guy takes it by leaps and bounds.
hmm yeah
And
I'm better than an orange.
the thing about OJ, this is the reason why. The thing that shocked
Yeah,
everyone
did he
about
kill
OJ
her?
was, huh?
Did he kill her?
The thing about probably, but our OJ, the thing that people, everyone suspected that OJ was fat. That was the big thing. So when OJ wasn't fat, he just
Mm-hmm.
scored innumerable points from that for that. So, boom, he got it.
Mm-hmm. Datewa says she hates YouTube. I, should we tell her that she's on YouTube?
On YouTube,
Yeah, she's on YouTube.
Daytwa is very popular,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
and
I see why a lot of people like her.
I used to confuse Daytwa with De La.
Yeah, well, they're cousins.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Well,
Yeah.
one's also a guy and one's a female, as I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can tell
nah,
by the
Diddy
beard.
is Diddy is a sex
Yeah,
trafficker.
no, yeah,
Daytwa
Diddy.
has a beard.
He done did it.
He done did
Yeah,
it.
no, Datewa has no, she doesn't drink beer or anything like that. She's a cocktail
You
person.
you said they were cousins. I said
Yeah.
one was male and one was female. You said one had a beard, and I said Daytwa has a beard. Boom,
Mm-hmm.
rim
So she's
shot,
gay?
rim shot. Gay? You don't need
Yeah. Isn't that
having a
when you
beard
have a
doesn't
beard?
make you gay, does it?
It does if it's how I thought it was meant.
I was at a wedding this summer or this winter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My niece married her female partner, and it was a very gay trans wedding. And the
Mm-hmm.
best man, um,
Oh, I would so easily be the best man there
had
because there's
converted,
almost no real
had
men there.
had transitioned, and
Oh, okay.
was a chick with a beard. But you
Oh
only get that
no.
little wispy thing. It
Oh
was
shit.
it was very.
And they get those weird voices where they sound like bees.
I was very weird. It was
Or
very weird.
because they're. Have you noticed that? that when they take the testosterone and they get the voice, like
Ugh.
their their whole like esophagus, everything is smaller, so it just sounds like they're little bulls. Little bulls.
Hello, boy. And I'm gonna talk
Mm-hmm.
to you. Um, Dude, it was all a little strange to me. Permaseal finishing, Schmuel Buchanan, Buckman, but Buchanan's close enough. Um, uh, Schmuel, Echo Pineapple, you seem pretty obsessed with gays tonight, Schmuel. I came over from your show and it was like all gay, and so
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I
trying to
won't hold
shake
it
it.
against you, but one more time and I will.
There you go. So, right, the best them they.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not even a them they. She was insistent on being a he,
Oh,
and it was yeah, and and they had gay flags at every table,
for the
and
French flags?
with the trans
Oh, the
insert,
gay.
and I was supposed to,
Oh.
along with everyone else, we were supposed to take these up and wave them
Mm-hmm.
as the couple exited, and I didn't, and
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just didn't, and
Maybe
someone
you'd want to be
actually
genuine.
gave me
Maybe,
shit about it. Well, yes, and also this is new to me. So your traditional gay flag with your transgender triangle inserted, and then there was a big O, a big black O, and the big black O um, was for uh, inclusiveness of all or something. Uh, except,
Deitwa stands with gays for Palestine.
yep,
I stand mostly with a straight, like straight back.
yeah. Detroit standing with gays for Palestine. Yes, as they're being
Mm-hmm.
thrown off a
I,
roof.
she's a
Um,
queer for Palestine, but they stand with the gays. And
is that what it? Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Palestine doesn't stand that way. Um, I'm assuming this is directed at our friend Echo Pineapple. Tuna Alt. I don't know him. I hear rumors. All good. Um, I think he has a crush on you, to be honest, Pineapple. Well, we do DM back and forth late at night. So there's that. Um, in any event, I am gonna let you take off MBS
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I got to get on the road and then I need to
You kindly
discuss
saying fuck off, and I like
discuss
it.
discuss these people. I'm a kind boy. Um,
Yeah.
I'll be on for a little bit. I just want to because
Mm-hmm.
I got something that I want to do, but I don't want to draw anyone else into it. And
Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually very, very good.
yes. So I don't want to ruin.
I
I don't want to
appreciate
ruin.
it.
Your reputation's been ruined enough by being on here with me
Yeah, you
tonight.
wanted
So
me over on Ray's channel though
I
the
don't
other
want to
day.
do.
So were
Oh,
you in like a sadistic mood that day, or
I wanted you to come in. I wanted
and
you to come in
confuse
with
him?
Ray. Actually, what I did is I sent the. I don't. Did I send the link to you? I sent it to Dave, Sarah, and Dave came in, and then
Mm-hmm.
I
Talking to gays.
quickly got off.
Oh,
I
you got
quick.
off because of him?
I no no no. I wanted to get off, and it was like, oh,
Oh my god.
if I could get Dave
You
in.
are gay, aren't you?
Yes, oh, very much. Ray gets me off
I don't get off on bald spots and
every single
men.
time. Uh,
Yeah,
I-
but I won't postpone the thing. Thanks for having me, and
thanks for coming on, and I promise the next time we'll do a more interesting show. I'll actually
yeah,
have some stuff to talk about.
I'm uh, I'm very up for yes and
Okay, cool, bud.
yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
All right, bye. All right, it's just me now. Me and oh God, that zooms in. Aussie guy. That is an LED panel. There are one, two, three, four, five, six, seven of eight that go back. Um, yes. No old fluorescents for this guy. Uh, so Yeah, they're cool. And what happened is when I started this stream, it was very bright light coming in from outside, so they weren't bad. Now they're just glary, glary, glary. So I'll probably turn that off. Um, Echo Pineapple, MBS would be a great third mic, constantly misunderstanding shit. Brilliant. Yes, yes, indeed. Um, and where is my buddy Mint? Mint. The Duke next weekend. Yes, I think we should do it. He's going to be in New York all week then because he's down. He's in Parsippany for ChillerCon. So wow, I don't know. So my deal is Dirty Deeds is big friends with John, and so I've asked Dirty Deeds to introduce me, and I've promised to leave all my audio equipment in the car. So hopefully I'll get to meet Stuttering John, and it will not be like when I met him in Atlantic City a year ago, because I don't think he remembers much of that and or the trip. He was a little wasted, and I've never seen a guy drink as much beer as he does. So big W, shout out to Dirty Deeds. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like I don't know why you get a connection with some people, but he and I did, and I also, um, I look. I don't care who you're friends with in this universe, right? Like, doesn't matter to me, and so you can be friends with Ray and Chad for all I care, but that's it. So, being that I have you guys on here, uh, I I am way the hell away from monetization on YouTube. I have enough. I think we need 2,000. Is it correct? 2,000 uh, viewing hours and 500 subscribers, and I am the 2,000 hours seems like that's kind of wrapped up, and the finally I'm being saved.
Yo.
Yo, do you have it to show us?
Um, it's open. It's you got to see the front of it balled up, but I will not unbox it until my episode.
Oh, okay. All right.
You will see.
So
You got a little sneak peek. Here you go.
Dave
Here's a
has
little,
it.
Here's a little sneak peek.
Wow.
It's a big head. It's a lot
Dave
bigger
got
than I
his
thought it was gonna be.
stuffed pillow. I thought it was more. I thought it was a more look like a voodoo
it's life
doll.
size. It is a voodoo
Wow.
doll.
Oh, it is a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got two of it. Look at the little heads right there. See the
So what'd you
little
do?
head?
Have to wait for Brennan to go off before you were allowed to come on with me?
No, I was. I knew you were gonna say that too. I had to last minute. I had to go to Walmart. We're doing my brother's. Oh, I'm not. I have a little construction crew in here. Not a crew. There's one guy that's doing the floors in my brother's room. So he ripped out the floors this morning. Now he's putting the floors in. So it's like a little
Wow.
bit. It's a little hectic right now at the house.
Cool. All right. That's cool. I just
That's-
I got to get going because I have to
Oh, okay.
take the wife out. I'm gonna come back on later tonight, I think.
How fun.
But I wanted to, just in case it didn't happen, I'm committed to Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I wanted to get the Thursday stream in.
Get in there, baby.
And consistency, content, audio, consistency. These are the
Right.
three things, the
It's
three
the-
top things I'm learning about streaming.
That's the PSP, the Peter Sky Parker approach. Correct. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll say one little quick story before you leave, which was I thought it was the cutest thing, and it involves So Thorough Joe Burrow and Ray DeVito. Now, a couple weeks ago, So Thorough Joe Burrow posted a picture that Ray not only had a different time for his starting time, a different time for the title, and then what time he actually started. So Peter Sky Park, no, So Thorough Joe Burrow puts together a little tweet that shows the time that he said he was going to start on the post, the time it said in the title was different, and then the time he actually started, all different. Now the image of the post looks like it goes over one of the things that he circled. So at first I thought he doctored it just to make a joke and be
Right.
funny about it, and maybe he went on in time. I didn't know, whatever. I message him in DMs and I say, did you doctor that? Because it looks doctored. Bob was like, oh no, I didn't doctor it. I'm like, okay. So, okay. So what part actually makes you upset? Because he's like, no, I'm just upset the motherfucker's not starting on time. He says he's gonna start at this time. It doesn't start. I'm like, oh, so you're just upset he's not starting on time. Well, yeah, I mean that, and he doesn't put the right times on the. I'm like, that's kind of endearing and cute that like you're complaining that he didn't start. Like it was like 6 minutes late, and I thought that I was like, no,
No, it
I
wasn't
wanna watch
6
the
minutes
show.
late. It was like 35 minutes late.
No, the time that he posted it was like a very short amount of time.
Because
But anyway, I thought that was funny.
the night that I was on, the night that I sent you the link, right?
Yeah.
What happened is he said he was going to go at 10:05.
Yeah. This is a different time, but yes, I know what
Right?
you're talking about. Yeah.
And then it's like 10:30, but he's so confusing to me because usually what happens is he'll say to me, I want to do the first 5-10 minutes by myself, right?
Yeah.
And you can come in after that. So
Yeah.
he sends me a text. He says, we're going live at 10:05. He's going live at 10:05. I said, cool, I'll come in at 10:15. He's like, no, I need you to come on at 10:05. Well, I can't come on before 10:15. All right, I'll go at 10:20. And then it becomes 10:35, 10:40. And I'm an old man. My brain doesn't function that well that late. And so I sent it to you.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Mint Diggity, I agree with everything KB said. You can tell he likes Schmuel. Oh yeah, he just loves me.
He loves me.
I'm an
loves all of us.
untalented hack, and
But he says that about Mark Norman and Sam Morril and Shane Gillis and
right.
all the greats.
But I do. He is funny, right, in a confusing way because he'll say, he talks about Schuli, Morrison, Zenhauser, that they're all losers. One guy's a food delivery man. They stink. They never had careers. They never had this. They never had that. And then he turns around and says, yeah, well, they're beating me by $1,000. Like that's nothing. That's nothing. And I'm like, you're being beaten by losers. So it's very confusing to me, right? Like, shouldn't you be
No.
like 10 times what they're doing?
No, but it's all going. It's all going to him though. He's making 5 times what they're making. if you think
Right,
about it.
because they have all these people
Sure.
and they put on a show. And yeah, I was kind of hoping for them it didn't happen, but it really seems like the SJ leaving the universe has really cut into their views.
Dude, the views, the money. I mean, I remember Shuli making 40K at one point, almost.
Really?
Yeah, I remember a couple months where they cleared 40,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just kind of not there anymore.
I always love the my favorite thing whenever you put numbers together and somebody will always say, it doesn't include the members, doesn't include memberships. And you're just
At
like,
one point, they were getting a ton of memberships. Whether or not they're all from Argentina, I'm sure I don't know, but definitely a drop off. And yeah, I don't know, Cumia. Yeah, let's see if Chad ends up going on the Shuli network and stabbing KB in the back even more.
all right, the anti-Karen show is taking off big time. And if you don't believe
it
it,
ain't.
just ask Shuli.
No, it ain't. I mean, it's already tough. I mean, I'm a MLC cuck. I'm an ML cuck, but it's very difficult for me to watch an anti-Karen show. I still watch it, but I hate watch it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I hate Shuli or KB when I'm watching it though. I'm not sure.
I don't watch it. I can't. I can't, And it's awful. I'm sorry. And
I mean, for you, it must be
Deitois
awful on
says
two
Shuli
fronts.
is awful. I think
Yeah.
Shuli is a good guy, and I think he puts on a decent show for a certain segment of the population. But not for I don't get it. I don't get it now. I used to get it. But
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a way for me to consume Stuttering John, but I can consume Kevin and Brennan not only with my new voodoo dolls, but I can consume Kevin Brennan normally, like the normal. I couldn't do that with Stuttering John. I could not watch his show without some type of commentary or getting rid of all the nonsense. At
it's
least with,
this. Yeah, it's very much like Steel Toe, right? Like,
well, I mean, now Shuli's show is literally impossible to watch because it's there. they have all these episodes that they haven't even done yet, but they still keep going back to old packages that they've already watched before. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing that.
That was like
Or-
when O and A were at Sirius, and Sirius was starting to have some financial problems, and Sirius
started
was
playing
telling
best
them
ofs?
to repurpose their work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So so Ray tried. Speaking of Opie Anthony, Ray tried to Opie you by leaving you downstairs for 30 minutes, basically. Basically
Maybe.
what Opie used to do, right? He used to tell the comics, "Oh, we'll bring you in," and then they make him sit outside for 30 minutes before he
Lima-
brings him in.
Well, no, he was getting confused with. He wanted me to be on when he started, and I couldn't make it, man. I kept having I it just kept being a problem for me to make it to get there when he wanted me to get there, and then so I was on for 2 hours with Crumb and MBS, and it was like I wanted to go grab a cigar before the small ones. I wanted to go grab a cigar before I went on with Ray.
Yeah.
And and then I got I got on with Ray, and I can't help myself because I'm a slightly more animated. Ray, for some reason, when I'm on with him, I get animated. And but I also, like, beforehand, I told Ray I don't know anything about sports stats. Nothing. And I know very little about, like, music, but there's a bunch of other shit we can talk about. And those are
Geoguessing.
like the only two things. He's like a savant with statistics, right?
Yeah. Can I address two things here real quick? First of all,
Yeah,
Frank's
let's
thing
address
real
them
fast.
all. Let's go for
Frank,
it.
why do you think Shuli broke the news about ESO Day One after Dabblemania? Could have been really fun. Now, I think I was put on notice by Muttering John that liked one of my takes on this, which was, did they know about ESO's court? Okay, did they know about ESO's court? I think they knew about ESO's court date before DabbleCon. Did they push to have DabbleCon before the court date so that they didn't have to present until later? So I wanted to know, like, if he had known before that, and then they moved it. They said, all right, maybe they thought they were gonna have it in late August, and they're like, no, we got to move it up a couple weeks because
It was late August. It was August 26th,
or
wasn't it?
whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I remember for a while they weren't even announcing the dates yet because I think they wanted to make sure that the court date was going to be on that day and that they could have it before then, because if they had it after, things could really fall apart.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
I don't think that happened, only because of the way the scheduling was arranged, and I'd sort of heard about stuff beforehand, not about ESO, but about the scheduling and whatnot. And I can't imagine that there was enough. I don't think the court date for ESO to plead and all that bullshit was set too far before it all happened. It's like with, think about it, like with Aaron, right? He was supposed to go to trial May 13th or something, and then they made the offer and he went early.
Right.
So I don't think that is. So let's run through some of these chats before we get in. And on stream one time, maybe we can do it later or another time. I want to talk about super tips and PayPal and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Big W, my man goes it, sir. Oh, it's Mole Knows. I think he's asking at Big W, my man, how goes it, sir? If I would have just read it, we would have fucking gotten it. Uncle Baby Billy's health elixir. I can't help it. I despise Kevin Brennan. He's all id, as the sorcerer says. I don't know. I always vacillate between whether Kevin is a character or that's his real nature.
It's like dice.
I do kind of think it's his real nature, having met him in Atlantic City, and he's like 1 minute fun and the nicest guy in the world, and the next minute he's losing his fucking mind. Gets upset at really weird shit.
The only thing that I would say is not a character. It makes is one thing is when I was on the phone with them talking about Rumble and all that stuff. I didn't mean to call him. I accidentally called him. I was texting and when I answered the phone, I didn't realize it was him. And so I said whatever, blah blah. and then he just starts going off. He starts going off like he would on the show, and I'm listening. Give me one. Like, and he just starts going off on the phone to me, like as if he's on the show. And at the point, I'm not on the show, so I don't want to start dying laughing. So
Right.
I have to like pretend like I'm not laughing in the bathroom while he's just going off on Rumble and like things. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But so that's why I don't think it's fake.
Yeah.
I
and
gotta go though. I gotta go. I'm very sorry.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye. That was Dave
Oh,
Sauer, ladies
oh,
and gentlemen.
I wanted
Oh,
to just address this very quickly, which was if they were talking about Jamie Kennedy and how Jamie Kennedy might be on Shuli's show, blah 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 blah. How he's gonna try to get him onto the show, and then KB goes, "Well, why isn't Chad getting Jamie Kennedy on Chad's show?" And the reason is because if he gets Jamie Kennedy on Chad's show, all the super chats are gonna be shitting on Chad, and they don't want and he doesn't want Jamie Kennedy to see that. So if he brings him on Shuli's show, it's gonna be all like, "Ha, we're shitting on Stuttering John together." You know what I mean?
did you hear Chad saying that he's the one that got Jeff Dye on?
Yeah, I did. If you go on Twitter, I showed the DMs and the proof, and it's all
Because
been
later
cleared
on
since
he
then.
just says
I know,
two
yeah.
other people. He leaves Jeff Dye off. Sam
Yeah, yeah.
Tripoli, he says he got on, and
yeah. And Jeff was the only one who wanted to be there, by the way. So anyway, okay. See you
all
guys
right,
later.
go.
I love
Bye.
you.
Cool. Dave came in. My views went up, so now my views will go down, which is cool. So I won't feel so bad leaving. Mint Diggity. The guy who was on Stern has to ankle bite Neil's brother and Stuttering John. Say no more. Is that because he's short? I don't know. I dig it. And Mole knows Bingo Dave. Yeah, I don't think so with the Dabble versus DabbleCon 2 stuff. I think there was a lot more planning that went into that. And they had to fit it in for a weekend that worked for the comedy club as well. So it's not likely that they knew. And ESO was in I got fucking tobacco all up in my teeth. ESO was at Pottstown. That's when he came down and kind of broke the news and whatnot. And look, I don't know what anybody knew, but having heard the story and having met ESO that night, I would have believed it because ESO did not seem like a man to me who'd been arrested by the feds. I've got to tell you. And I have experience with one of those guys, and I got to tell you, they're the biggest fucking narcissists on the planet. All right, Big W, all good. Mole Nose, Nata Bro, and Mint Diggity. That's it. It's over. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I like this one. He's so porny. Ooh, Dave the Rave. Exactly. He had court, then he was arrested one day after DabbleCon. He was also arrested after, he wasn't arrested one day after DabbleCon. He pled guilty to his crimes one day after DabbleCon, is what happened. He was arrested a year before, shortly after Pottstown, like the week after Pottstown. All right, Mole knows. Just watching my second favorite podcaster, Schmuel. I believe that, Mole. I absolutely believe that. Mint Diggity. Shuli isn't accidentally funny, so you're saying he's funny on purpose. Is that what we're saying here, Mint? Mint Diggity. Just a crusty leech. Oh, maybe I got what you were saying wrong. And Mole knows. My first favorite is me. Mole, I like your shit, man. I like the Joey C stuff, which if I could get answers in the chat. So somebody said that Joey C had last night was saying that he wanted to send himself to the big streaming service in the sky. What do we know about that? Mole knows, hee ha ha. Schmuel, don't KB my chat. I don't even know what that means, so you're safe. Cigarette Jones, you got to squash your beef with Rob Saul. I have volunteered through an intermediary to go on Rob Saul's show. I think I might have said I wanted him on mine, or I probably said, which is what I usually said, I want to stream on both channels at the same time. Um, but I am not hiding from Rob Saul. I'm perfectly happy to meet up with Rob Saul uh, on stream or in person if we can film it or video it, whatever you kids call it today. So I can't do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can't. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Uncle Baby Billy. I can't take the character. The way Kevin looked at the card dealer at AC. Pure hate, pure young girl. Secure, secure. Um, uh, Uncle Baby Billy. Yes, Rob Saul is a loyal guy to his pets. Um, Echo, I'm skipping you. Um, Mint Diggity, no one blurs the line better than KB. Dude's a pro, LOL. I don't know. Is he a pro or is he like the character, the lady that played Aunt B? Like later in her life, she thought she was Aunt B. So I wonder. I wonder. Um, I gotta get to what I think is a funny one. You guys won't get it. Dave can't be bought at Echo Pineapple. I agree. I agree. Dave has not been afraid to do anything with his association with Kevin, and I actually think Kevin probably respects that. Didn't KB buy him? I might have paid him off. I don't know if buying him is actually what it is. Chris Mack, evening, folks. I really got to get the fuck out of here, guys. Aussie guy, do you have any more corrections for my Sunday show? So, of course, me trying to shit on Aussie backfired miserably. I confused the words LASIK with Lasix, and I thought Michelina, Keanu's mom, was making a diuretic joke, and I was 100% wrong, and I bow before the Aussie guy with my apology. And Mr. Blue Sky, no, they're still working together at Echo Pineapple. And he does stuff with KB and whatnot. I'm really glad. Schmuel was calling me homophobic. Then he said he hates his trans niece. My niece isn't trans, and I love my gay niece. And no, I was saying that you were obsessed, a little bit obsessed there tonight with you and Nick. You were very much into a little homosexuality, like we'd call that queer curious in my day. And Mint Diggity, excuse me, Mint, you got to tell me what that one's about. Mint Diggity, you have an experience with Issa. We were both clothed at the same time, but Pottstown was a complete fuck up. And as Issa was walking towards Shuli, somebody pulled Shuli away. I recognized Isso's voice, and Isso, I, and the wife chatted for a few minutes. So, yes, I've gotten to meet all the interesting people here. And Daytwa, Chris Mack, hey now, don't dream it's over. A lot of musicians in the Dabbleverse. MBS, did you see the Dreamboat who was on the stream earlier? Yeah, we'll just Mint Diggity. You can't just skip over that. You know, Mint, this is a problem for me. I'm on stream a lot and I say shit, so I thought that I had like talked about that before, and I forget that people who are here may not have been there, and I guess that's why people repeat a lot of stuff. But yeah, it was very quick, and the one thing I can tell you about Iso is he's short, and I'm short, and he was really short. Uncle Baby Billy, yes. So Issa was arrested in 2024, shortly after the Pottstown show, if I have my dates correct. No, 2023. And in 2024, he pled guilty. I don't know how the guy got only sentenced to 5 years. That one just doesn't fucking make any sense to me. I'd have locked the guy up and threw away the key. But Chris Mack, hey Daytwa. is that gutsy or get something, whatever? I don't know. I'm an old man. Um, all right. And Chris Mack, shout out Western Michigan, Detroit. Ooh, Western Michigan. Um, it's funny, right? Like Michigan to me, beautiful, but it always reminds me of cold, 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 cold. And then I was in Detroit and I realized something that it's all the way, it's like so close to the border of Central Time that it stays light out there till like 10 o'clock at night. And light, having sunlight too late is probably one of the greatest things that you can possibly have. Um, Fantastic. And actually, I love when I went to Detroit for the WATP show, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. Best Lebanese food I've ever had. I will tell you that. Detroit, Chris Mack, strong arm. All right. And MBS, no, I would feel threatened by him anyway, so it's probably best for at Apple Pineapple. He's stalling, hopes we forget. Who's stalling? Who's stalling? Um, Uncle Baby Billy, Sakor, Sakor. You better call Saul a dog lover. I do not call Saul a dog lover. I never have, and that's why it's so crazy that he fucking went after me. Antigone, we can only hope what happened with Eso. I think I told you that. There really wasn't much to it. I didn't know any of that stuff, right? So I was just talking to him about being Shuli's producer, and that was it. I didn't know really any of the stuff that was going on. So there we go. Echo Pineapple, what a shocker. You said you know an ESO and he was a narcissist. Old therapist, but we'll talk about that at another time because I can't be here tonight. Mint Diggity. Right. How do you skip that? We'll get into it. Old confused man. Is that what you say when someone wonders if your career is? It's not a problem. We love you. We love you anyway. No matter what. Mr. Blue Sky, Quirius. I think I might be behind on the chat. Mint Diggity, are you drinking again now? That's not going to happen. I'd lose the bride. I can't do that. And Detroit, I'm going to sign off. Schmuel, have a nice wife with your dinner. Ha ha ha. Have a nice dinner with your wife. Yeah, I got to get going in a couple of seconds too myself, which is why I'm trying to rush through the chat. Schmuel, please address Mint. I'm worried about you. Mint Diggity, no one heard that. So it's probably from like an early stream when no one had it. So I promise, Mint, next time I'm around, I will say it. I will tell the story. You know what? I probably told it on Dixon's show, so maybe that's why. Frank, Schmuel, you don't like KB, and that's fine. But people who bounce around and only like things for a few months till they find something new can't really have a take on what's good and what's not. Dude, I know Brennan from pre Dabbleverse, back when he was on Compound. So I'm a Brennan aficionado. I have enough time with Brennan to make a judgment. Mint Diggity explain. I just explained that. Chris Mack and I know cold winters. This is OG Mumbling Nick. Yes, Boston. I don't know where Chris Mack is, but don't dox yourself there, buddy. And OG Mumbling Nick, it's a Schmuel wonder. I liked It's a Schmuel world. A Schmuel wonder? Yeah, I don't know. But I did like it's a Schmuel world. I only haven't changed the name or put that up because I want to annoy Eckel, and I want you to keep coming up with them. So that's it, guys. Here's the story. I have to take the bride to the airport or make parking and take the bride to the airport. And I've got like an hour and a half drive in front of me to go pick her up. So I'm going to get the hell out of here. Possible later tonight, but I don't know. And I will see you all over the weekend. I've been asked to do a stream by somebody who says they can't see us that often. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. And very fucking funny, MBS. Very fucking funny. Mr. Blue Sky, you're so Schmuel, you probably think this song is about you. Oi! I love that one. All right. So good night, guys. We'll chit chat later on. Hey, do me a fave, like and subscribe. Drag your friends and neighbors to subscribe. I need to get to this 500 number just so I can say to Brennan, I am monetized. And but I'm not. I don't even know how to fucking integrate it into the show. So we'll worry about that later. But thank you guys again. Like, dislike, whatever you want to do. Show YouTube you love the Schmuely. Good night.